in the documentary Manufactured Landscape released in 2007 by using the photographs taken by Edward Bertinsky on the new industrialized landscapes. The director, Jennifer Beckle, successfully illustrates the conflicts during the process of industrialization. Nicholas de Pensier and Daniel Ironlodge are also the main producers of the documentary, and it is distributed by the Hist Films. The film mainly records three sets of conflicts: the conflict between efficiency and humanity, the conflict between power and the environment, the conflict between the new and old communities during the urbanization. Instead of politicizing on these conflicts, Jennifer Beckle presents no criticisms in the film when recording the factories, coal mines, the Shanghai city, the Three Gorges Dam in China, as well as the shipbreaking factories in Bangladesh. She simply wants viewers to look at the industrialization from a different perspective. The director tries to maintain the objectivity of the documentary by using the third person's point of view. However, the scenes taken tend to limit how people feel. The first 5 minutes of the film is a full-length shot of the assembly line in an electronic factory in China. Workers are all dressed in yellow uniforms. The scenes are not selected intentionally. From man to woman, from textile to electronics, from individuals to the groups are all covered by the photographer. Although the director makes almost no comment in that part, this extended episode still potentially encourages the audience to see the factory as a cold, crowded, and unpleasant workplace. Still, the director has done a perfect job maintaining the neutrality of the film by including Bangladesh instead of only China. Admittedly, China is more representative than Bangladesh in terms of industrialization. However, China has quite different political ideologies from the Western world. Therefore, including Bangladesh successfully avoids many controversies that can prevent the audience from viewing industrialization from a new perspective. The objectivity of the film is also maintained by giving both positive and negative examples of the same conflict. For the first conflict, efficiency and humanity, two sides of this conflict are shown through the full-length shot of the factory and the interview with the manager of the enterprise. The full-length shot captures the hardship of the workers who need to spend the whole day repeating the same things. In comparison, the manager shows her pride in the business by talking about how they developed from a small business to a huge one selling electronics to over 60 countries. Her words imply the thousands of jobs created for people with low education levels. Similarly, in the conflict between the coal and the environment, the construction of China's Three Gorges Dam and the ship-breaking factories in Bangladesh both damage the environment. However, the difference is that China builds Three Gorges Dam for the clean hydropower, where the oil extracted from abandoned ships contaminates the environment in Bangladesh. Different groups of people also show different attitudes towards the Three Gorges Dam. For instance, the chief manager is proud of the size of the program and the abundant hydropower it will produce, while the ordinary worker simply feels good for contributing to the nation. In contrast, residents whose cities are flattened out for the project feel nostalgic, even though the subsidy from the government is enormous. In a similar way, the new and old communities' attitudes towards urbanization in Shanghai are quite different. Younger people and new wealthy classes enjoy the new residences and the convenient lifestyles in the cities, while the older generation generally shows nostalgic feelings towards the old houses to the extent that some of them are unwilling to move despite the high pension promised by the property developers. Unlike other developing countries that are not industrialized enough, or the developed countries where the process of industrialization is almost stopped or finished, China is an excellent example to illustrate the process of industrialization. To quickly become industrialized in only 30 years, China has more acute conflicts compared to other developed countries. As a result, viewers will more easily accept a different viewpoint of industrialization.